It's another episode of Moments with Madman Moses and Madman Murray. How you doing, Murray? Like I said, beginning of every show, we always put ourselves over before we do the favors. So let us know what you're doing, what's going on in your world. I'll let you know what's going on in my world, and then we'll throw to the episode today.
All
What's
right.
up, Murray?
Well, this upcoming Saturday, March 8th of 2024, Lyle Madman Murray, right here, this guy, this ugly-ass mug, is going to be wrestling down in Arkansas for Classic Championship Wrestling, going one-on-one against none other than Luther Zay Diamond. I can't wait. It's going to be a banger.
Say that location again, say the promotion again, and say the opponent again for me, please, brother.
Classic Championship Wrestling down in Fort Smith, Arkansas, and the opponent is going to be Luther Zay Diamond.
Luther Zay Diamond.
Yes,
Where
sir.
can they find to watch you? Like whenever is it a live stream event or is it a aftermath type of thing? We'll let them know at the Iggy when we post.
We'll be live streaming on Instagram, I believe, through Family Time Wrestling Podcast. If not through that, through my Facebook, I'll be streaming. And after everything is said and done, within a week or two, CCW has a YouTube page that they will upload their matches to.
And I'm sure we'll be able to post some footage, for everybody who wants to just find it with us.
Absolutely.
Whenever we're allowed and we get to go ahead, we'll post it on our platforms as well, wherever you can find us. I believe as of right now, you can only find us on YouTube, but eventually we're going to be hitting everywhere. So,
sir,
we'll see our man live and in color one of these times. Before too long, before too soon. I promise you that. I'm looking forward to it myself. All right, so today, what we got for you is we're going to be throwing to a couple of interviews that I did up in the Pittsburgh way. We're going to start you off with two interviews from the backstage area, and as of recording this, the last PWX event happened down in the Keysport, PA. I got a guy by the name of Vance Strader. They call him the Versus VS. The V-Man himself is what I call him.
Okay.
And then we got Superior G. Superior G is one of the flyest dressed motherfuckers I've seen in wrestling today. Like
Okay.
you think you're looking at Macho Man Randy Savage.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
But okay, so both these cats were trained by Alpha in the Samoa in the of the Wild Samoans fame. Trained by him and his son, Sambo, something that forgive me if I'm pronouncing that name wrong. It was Alpha and his son that both trained these two kids.
Which do you happen to know which one of the Wild Samoans is Roman's dad?
I want to say that's Alpha.
Wow. Okay, so he was trained by Roman's dad.
Yeah, that's Alpha.
Possibly.
Quote me on that, though.
Yeah. It's one of them. So we know it's Alpha or Sika. It's obviously going to be one of them.
It's one of those two, but they have ties. These guys got big futures ahead of them. They got big futures. They're a little, it's a little promotion PWX out here, and they're kind of big fishes in small ponds right now. You know what I mean? But they're cutting their teeth. Superior G, he has, as you'll see from the interview, mostly audio at this point, guys. So forgive me for that. I got a couple of cool graphics I worked on for you to look at visually while you're listening. Don't worry about it.
Got a Madman Moses special, huh?
Got a Madman Moses special. Got some artwork for you to look at. Some free artwork for the boys and for you guys to gaze upon with your eye holes. So I'm telling you, but both got like very interesting stories to tell. Both of these guys have struggled. They have earned their way. And when they do make it and you start seeing their faces, you remember that old Madman Mosio told you so. All right? You heard it here first.
Yes.
Hello, friends. How you doing and how have you been? I'm sitting here with Vance Strader versus himself, right in the backstage area where I'm probably not supposed to be, but we're doing it anyway. Vance is getting ready for his matchup here tonight, and just like we're kicking it, just shooting the shit, going free form here. So, Vance, you were just getting ready to tell me like this is all you knew since you were a young kid. So how long you been a fan of wrestling? How long you been wanting to get into it? And tell us a little bit about like your early exposure.
Oh my goodness. I've been wanting to do this since I was 4 years old. I mean, make a long story short, it was probably a Saturday morning, whatever, I'm sitting there in my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle little untidy whities, and I seen the Undertaker walk across the screen, and that was all she wrote. Like he captured my attention. And
what year would this have been?
So I was 4. We're talking 1990.
1990.
Yeah, 1990. I was 4 going to 5, so 1991.
Gotcha.
In that area right there. And I mean, he just captivated me how he presented himself, how he walked, the way he did in the ring. What person can say since they was 4 years old they knew what they wanted to do? I can, because that was me.
It seems to go that way. Anyone who is a success at anything they do, they know it right away, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's any story you hear. So speaking of Undertaker, you're you use a lot of his influence in your in-ring stuff,
Of course. I use some of his mannerisms. I'm trying to make it my own. I use some of his moves, like his version of the flying clothesline.
I noticed that.
His choke slam. It's very seldom that I do the tombstone, but I will do that. Sometimes how I look at people, me sticking the tongue out and rolling the eyes. That's all him.
Oh yeah,
that's all him.
Rock and roll. All right, so. Moving forward a little bit, so as we get into teenage years and stuff, and did you fall out of wrestling at all, or were you a lifelong fan the whole way through?
I'm a lifelong fan the whole way. I went to my first wrestling event when I was 10 in the summer of '96. When I got to middle school, here's an embarrassing story. It's funny. I normally don't tell it, I'm going to tell it.
Oh, we like embarrassing stories on this
When I got to middle school, I remember they said with the PA system, we're having tryouts for wrestling after school. I'm like, oh, yes. I got so excited because, I did some little, backyard wrestling in the neighborhood with my friends,
Right,
so I'm like, I got this. So I walk into the gymnasium. I see all these mats. I'm looking around. I'm like, what the hell? I'm looking, and the coach is walking over. He's like, "You okay?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Is this wrestling?" He was like, "Yeah." I said, "Well, where's the ring?" He was, "What?" I said, "Where's the ring?" He said, "No, this ain't studio wrestling.
Amateurs,
wrestling. This is amateur wrestling." Knew nothing about it. It was embarrassing. But
I heard you're pretty. From what I understand, you're pretty decorated. Like at least from I talked to one of your coaches back when we first met. He seemed to speak very highly of you in your whole career.
I'm dedicated. I have 4 gold medals in track for city parks, 2 silver medals in professional wrestling. I mean, not professional wrestling. Sorry, amateur wrestling. See, there we go.
It's all right. We'll forgive the flub. I'll edit around it. No, I won't, guys. No, I won't.
I mean, there was a point when I got a little older that I thought about and tried to walk away from it. I just can't. Like it literally
just keeps coming back, right?
It haunts my thoughts. It's there all the time.
See, I feel that because same way. Whereas, I will fall off with current product stuff all the time, but I will always be a lifelong fan. Always turn on something like an old promo or something, old match, just to fill the noise, fill the silence of a room, just to watch and study matches. Which I'm sure you're the same.
Oh yeah.
So we'll cover more when we get to the video portion after your matchup tonight. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but can you speak on a little bit about how you first got into it, like how you got in touch with who trained you, and fast forwarding, we're jumping a lot here. And
well, that was, from first I didn't know where to go to train. I was on the internet, I found out about the Wild Samoan Training Center in Allentown.
Say that a little louder.
Found out about the Wild Samoan Training Center in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Wild Samoan Training Center in Allentown, Pennsylvania. This is legit.
Drove all the way up there in April of 2000 and it was 2008, if I'm not mistaken. So I had my tryout. Offa Senior, who they nicknamed Pops, who is a WWE Hall of Famer of the Wild Samoans, gave me my tryout.
Nice.
From there, and I remember exactly what he said. After I got done with the tryout, whatever, and we sat.
He look at you like you did Batista. Go like, "Where you been, brother?"
No, he looked at me. He says, "I can tell you not only do you have it here in your head, but you have it here in your heart." He said, "All people don't have it in both places." He's like, "You're gonna be all right." He said, "You're gonna be good," and that honestly, that plays over my head every day. I hear that constantly for the past 16 years. I kept hearing it over and over, just playing over my head, over and over again.
Well, excellent, man. This like we're gonna pick it up a little bit after the show tonight. You know, do the video portion as well. I don't want to take up too much of your time. You know, it seems here like the show's getting ready to go. So, but here, but yeah, Van Strader first half. We'll get here with the video, and you can see how pretty the man is. You know what I mean? Or it might break my phone. You never know. So
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. All right. All right, this is Madman Moses back again with another superstar here in the back here at PWX. Why don't you tell the people who you are and why you matter and why they should be paying attention to everything you do, man? You looking fly as hell.
Thank you very much. I am the gut buster, the good lover, and the genius, the superior one, Superior G, from the Deuce 1/5.
Superior G. I've been a fan of this cat for almost as long as I've been a fan of PWX.
I appreciate it.
Hell yeah. So, man, tell me a little bit about, like, your exposure with wrestling, early exposure, your young years,
man.
you know, like, tell us a little bit about what inspired you to get into the game, you know, from a young age.
I'm kind of an old head in the game, so
Don't expose yourself now. Don't
I
expose
ain't worried about that. I've been watching wrestling since I was 4 years old with my great-grandpa, my great-grandma, my cousins. I just grew up watching it. Then I started wrestling my siblings.
Yeah.
Then I started wrestling people in the streets on the mattress. Like, you know, we spend the night over each other's crib and everything. You know,
Hell yeah.
just get the rumbling, or we in the basement.
Who was your guy back when you were a kid, though?
Oh, man.
Who was your hero?
Woo. I had a few of them. Macho Man Randy Savage, Ravishing Rick Rude.
I can see both of that in the style here. When we get into the video portion, we're gonna have him sitting in with Vance, and you guys are gonna see it for yourselves if you don't know already. The man's got style, like screams Macho Man.
Oh man, that was the man. Definitely Macho Man, Jake the Snake, Tito Santana, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Of course, Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant.
Oh yeah, those are the givens, right?
Yeah,
Those are the
I
givens.
used to watch the cartoon.
Hell yeah, I haven't met anybody yet who's also watched the cartoon.
Oh man, I used to watch that faithfully. Back in the day, you know, they had the video stores,
Yeah.
cassette tapes.
Yeah.
They had a wrestling section. Had Hulkamania 1, Hulkamania 2, Hulkamania 3.
Blockbuster.
All
Hell
of them.
yeah.
Grandma used to rent those for me.
Hell yeah. See, it's a little similar too, like same with Vance, like and you, where I started young, you know, like young with my pap, like showing me old wrestling, but he used to show me old tapes of AWA. Like he was a Vern Gagne guy, you know, and then my dad said, that ain't wrestling. Then he started showing me Hulk Hogan. He started showing, you know, we didn't have cable growing up, so I'd watch like old Hogan. And then when we got basic cable, started watching Sting, like old Sting and WCW Kid from there on out after we got early basic cable. Saturday morning.
I think the cartoon would come on before Wrestling Challenge and Superstar.
And before American Gladiator.
Yeah.
American Gladiator. All right, so let's fast forward a little bit. Let's talk about a little bit of your adolescence and what like led up to starting to take it a little more seriously to get into the show time a little bit. Not the whole way into the show,
I was still
but
watching wrestling, but I never knew how to get into the business. If I learned how to get into the business, I'd have probably went in there right after high school. I didn't find out how to get into business till 2014. But if I learned how to get into the business, I'd have went probably straight out of high school. Mm-hmm. So, but once I found out, it was 2014. I was talking to one of the guys, and they told me how to get, because I was just going to show up to Orlando and knock on the door and be like, hey, I want to try out. They're like, no, it don't work like that, man. You got to go through the indie situation. He said, find a wrestling school close to you.
Who's he?
I don't know his name. I can't think of the guy's name. It was just
a random exec.
he said he was in he said he was a former, I think, IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, something like that, a long time ago.
Nobody of import, like somebody who worked there, right?
I can't remember his name, but you know.
But that was your initial foot in the door to get into the indies first.
Yeah, so I looked up the Wild Samoans because that was the closest in Pennsylvania, where I'm from. And
so you are from around here? You like?
I'm
born
originally
and
from
raised?
Philly, but I live in Carlisle, Pennsylvania now, so right in central PA.
Yeah, been to Carlisle a couple of times. It's a bit of a trek, you know. It's a little out there.
What's going on, man? Good to see you.
All right. What's up, boss?
Neil, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. All right, guys, we'll be back. Don't go nowhere. And
That's right.
All right. And we're back with Superior G. We got a little bit interrupted for the first part of the audio portion of the podcast here, a little interview here. So we're gonna kick it back and like pick up a little bit where we left off. We were getting into how you actually, where you broke in and where you started to learn where you got your training. You said you got in touch with somebody from Wild Samoans training facility, and he told you how to get in touch with.
Well, someone else told me how to. I had to go to wrestling school,
right,
to get so I can join the Indies. So I had no idea I had to do that. So I started looking for schools around my area. The closest one I could find is the Wild Samoans in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Okay. So I called.
How was that, man?
I called up. Samu answered and everything. Yeah, I had to make sure it was him. I'm like, that's the same Samu, like from the Head Shrinkers, former WWE Tag Team Champ. He like, yeah, man, it's me. I'm like, all right, I'm just checking. So he had me make an appointment, come in and try it out. Of course, he loved me.
Yeah.
Knocked it out the park. He said, you're very athletic, man. Everybody can't do this. He said, but you got it.
Were you in this? Because I know Vance came up the same way. He was probably a little bit
Vance
after.
was in there before me. But I met him in 2014. Though.
You did?
Yeah. Yeah, we got an old picture together back in the day.
Just as fan interaction, like early interaction, just type of thing, or were you like doing the tag team stuff yet, or like talking about that? I haven't
had him. I've only trained with them for 2 months because I couldn't afford it. I learned a lot in those 2 months though.
I bet.
Yeah.
I feel
then.
But you learned a lot. Did you start working right after that, or did you go get training somewhere else?
I took a 5-year hiatus from 2014 to 2019, and I got in contact with my I went to Raw. Raw came to Baltimore. Mm-hmm. 2019. I met my man Van Williams, and there was another dude.
Van Williams. Remind us who that is.
I think he wrestled for APW, I think it is, or something like that. Jimmy Ellsworth.
James Ellsworth. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, James Ellsworth people.
Yeah. So, okay.
And he introduced me to Sicken. And Sicken is my trainer.
Yeah.
He's been my trainer since 2019.
That's what's up.
And since then.
So how soon after your training the second time through did you get in the ring?
Ooh. Maybe 3 months or something like that, because they had me doing battle royals first.
Okay.
Then I started getting jobs on my own.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so I came here.
Hey man, you look like you see when the way you work like you've been trained for years and years, and were like put through the ringer to get it. Seems like it, like you said, took to like a fish out of water. Superior G.
Oh yeah, well I've always had wrestling in my heart.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely, always. Mm-hmm. So I got tired of being a fan.
Oh man, that's the dream, man, and you're living it.
I'm like, I'm a wrestling fan. I had to stop saying that. Now I say I'm a pro wrestler.
So, so you're from Philly,
Yep.
So where, like, did you start wrestling though? Where was your first match? What promotion?
ACPW gave me my very first. I think PWX. I'm gonna say.
Was it PWX?
Yeah, I had a triple threat match. It was me. I think it was Ron Holiday and Will Knox.
Can that be on? Is that able to be found in the archives? People looked you up, or is that one of them?
I haven't even seen that match yet.
Oh, okay. Well, if you find it, let us know here at Moments with Madman. We'll put it out there
to check with Chambers. I think he got it somewhere.
Hell yeah.
Chambers got that in the archives somewhere.
If we can find it before we post as of recording date, I'll add some clips of the matchup just for reference. If I can't find it, I'll have a big old sorry with a dunce cap on, man. But all right, so that was your first match, was here, PWX, and then
first singles match was in ACPW.
ACPW. Now tell us a little bit about that promotion.
They're out of
if you can,
Delaware County, up there, like the media area, Media PA.
Okay.
Near Philly. This was during COVID, so they were having matches like in the backyard under a dome.
Ah, what was that like? Like they had crowds and stuff, like just secretive,
No,
or
not really. Just had a bunch of noise and everything. You know, people making noise.
like
and stuff
studio
that.
matches almost.
Yeah, kind of. We did promos and everything. Then eventually we started having big shows, but I don't think they needed me anymore. So my last match, I had a world title match, and I haven't been there since. That was 2 years ago.
Dang.
I ain't worried about it.
Well, hey, I tell you what though, man, like this, it seems like an eclectic journey, like from like how you got to where you're at right now, doing your thing right now.
Yeah.
Like a long journey with a little bit of ups and downs and perils and backslides, and then you came back after 5-year hiatus, all just to pick it up exactly where you left off, as only good as Superior G can do it. It's pretty impressive in a relatively short span since you've actually been in ring, you know, like what you're saying, like 2-3 years, like in ring.
Yeah, well, I was a student during those
But a student
days.
for a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I was a student during those days, so I was just getting jobs with sick of, and you know we had to take down the ring, put it up and everything.
So to bring us a little up to date, just because when we do the video interview, we're going to bring in your partner here with us back. You know, old Van Strader. You know, if he can hold his weight tonight, we're still yet to find out. But
He just lost his title, so he's probably a little lighter right now.
little upset. You know,
Yeah, I
it's
would
like
be.
that's what I mean. Like
I had 2 belts, so
He's
I'd be
walking
mad if I had to lose one of them.
so I mean, he's walking around here with a mean mug on his face, like someone's about to get hurt, and we're
Yeah,
all
somebody about to get
it.
their ass whooped, definitely.
Hell yeah. So again, bring us up to date on what's going on. Like, what brought you guys here today together against your opponents?
Well, it's no secret. I turned on Strader.
Yeah, what the hell, man?
Well, I saw him.
Is this your way of
getting
making
the push.
amends? I hope so.
I saw him getting the push. I saw Pretty Boy Renee getting the push. Everybody had titles except for me. And I'm like one of the originators of this. So I'm like, hold up. And
Something wrong with that
sometimes
picture.
you have to create your own opportunity, even if it's going against your own friends. But you know,
How'd you go about making amends to that? You know, this is just your way of like trying, like just to say I got your back. But
I
should
didn't
we?
apologize to him face to face, but I did apologize in my promo in front of Lake Erie.
For those of you that can't see, which is most of you, every one of you actually right now, like I'm giving my man a look here, like, don't you do it, don't you do it. But nah, so I'm looking forward to the match here tonight, though, brother, and freaking look forward to you redeeming yourself and your brother.
Turn on him tonight. Number one, our opponents, you know, they beat him down last time after he lost his title. They're supposed to be his people. So, you know,
it's one of those, like, it's like, man, I can beat him down, but like,
that's my family.
that's
yeah.
your family.
Yeah.
Hell
We
yeah.
got, you know, brothers and everything. We duking it out. Well, that's between us. But can't nobody else put hands on me.
Rock and roll. I dig it, man. I'm looking forward to the matchup tonight. We're going to have some footage here before we pick up for the video portion of the interview with Superior G.
Yes, sir.
Give us the stick.
First of all, the Superior One and Van Strader, known as Keystone Chaos, is going to come out there, beat the hell out of Silas, Miles, Dak. I call him Dick and Dak. That's what I call him. I don't know who the hell
said
these
Dick
dudes
and
are.
Dak.
Yeah, Dick and Dak. You know, one of them dresses like a clown. So what the hell can what the hell can I say?
I dig, man.
Slap the paint off his damn face. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, man. First row. Splash zone. Get ready. I dig it, man. I dig it. Thank you for talking with me, man.
Yes,
We're going to
sir.
pick it up here
Yes,
in a little
sir.
bit. Rock
My
and roll.
man.